Welcome back, children. We have already learned about the prime factors. Okay, we have learned about the composite numbers. Now the exercise based on prime factors. Okay, so we will be doing that. Okay, let us begin. What is prime factorization? As the word says itself, this is prime, that means something with a prime number. Factorization, that means we have to find out the factors. So which type of factors it should be? It should be prime factors. What are prime factors? What are prime numbers? The numbers which have only two factors, one and itself. Okay. So what is this prime factorization? It is to write a number as the product of its prime factor. Okay. And this prime factorization we can do in two methods. What are these two methods? Factor tree method and division method. Children, factor tree method you have already completed in your class 4. Although you have completed, I'll just give a small revision of it. Okay. So suppose you have a number 60. Now what are the factors of 60? There are so many. So let us make it very simpler, and I have taken 6 multiplied by 10. But are these prime numbers? No. So we have to divide it again. 6. What are the factors of 6? 2 and 3. 10. What are the factors of 10? 2 and 5. So now just have a look. You can find it out that 2, 3, 2, 5. Are they prime numbers? Yes. So what are the prime factors now? 60 will be 2 multiplied 2 multiplied 3 multiplied 5. Let us check. If we multiply these numbers, are we going to get 60? Okay. 2 2s are 4, 4 3s are 12, 12 5s are 60. Okay. Now for your class 5, you are going to do division method only. Okay, you are not going to do factor tree method. Instead of that, you are going to do only the division method. How to do this division method? We are taking the same example. Okay, 60. Which one is the smallest prime factor, children? 2. Okay, let us check whether this 60 is divisible by 2 or not. So whatever you have learned in the first period, that is divisibility rule, then prime numbers, factors, all we are going to use it now. Okay. So 60, 2 is the smallest prime factor. Okay. Is this 60 divisible by 2? Yes, because 0 is present at one's place. So divide this 60 by 2, you will get 30. So 60 divided by 2, you will get 30 over here. Now 30, is it a prime number? No, it is a composite number because it is having more than 2 factors. So let us divide this 30 again by 2, and we know that it can be divided because 0 is present over here. 30 divided by 2, what you have got? 15. So you have written 15 over here. Now is 15 divisible by 2? No. Okay. So what you have to do? You have to check the next prime number. So while we were doing the prime factors, prime numbers, I have told you 2 is the smallest prime number, then we move on to 3, then we move on to 5 and so on. So 15 is divisible by 3, isn't it? So 15 divided by 3, what will you get? 5. We write 5 over here. Now 5 is divided by itself. So 5 divided by 5, what you have got? 1. Now you have got collection of all the prime factors. 2 multiplied 2 multiplied 3 multiplied 5. All the prime factors you see you have collected at one side. Okay. So this is what we are going to apply in the exercise what we will be doing right now. That is exercise 5.3. Okay. So we are going to start exercise 5.3. It is given on page number 107. So this particular exercise you have to do in your copy, mathematics copy. Okay. We will be starting with question number 2. Why with question number 2? Because question number 1 is based on factor tree method that you have already completed in your class 4. Okay, so don't worry, those questions will be taken up later on while the revision time will be there that time in the month of July. Okay, so now we are going to learn how to find out the prime factors with the help of division method. Okay, so I have selected some questions, A, then C, then K. Okay, I will just show you how to do. You have number 20 over there. Now what are the what is the smallest prime factor which will divide 20? It is 2. Let us divide this 20 by 2. What will you get, children? You will get 10. Okay, when you divide 20 by 2, you will get 10 over here. This is a new way of division, isn't it? You were doing the division in another method, but now while we are finding out the prime factors, we are following this method. Okay, then 10, is it divisible by 2 again? Yes, we can divide it by 2 and what we will get? 5. Okay, now 5 is itself a prime number, so it will be divided by itself and what will you get? 1. So children, what are the factors, prime factors of 20? You could have also done 4 5s are 20, isn't it? But tell me whether 4 is a prime number? No. So we always start with the smallest prime number, check whether the number is divisible or not, and then we move on. So since 2 is the smallest prime number, we divided 20 by 2, we have got 10. 10 divided by 2 again, 5, 5 divided by 5, so 1. So what are the prime factors? 2 multiply 2 multiply 5. So you need to collect this particular numbers and then write over here. Want to check whether you have done correct or not? What is 2 2s are? 2 2s are 4, 4 5s are 20, so it is correct. And let me tell you the method how you can check whether it is correct or not. What is 1 5s, children? What is 1 5s? 1 5s is 5. What is 5 2s? 5 2s is 10. Well, 10 2s are 20. So both vice versa, you can divide it while coming down, you are dividing each step. And if you want to check, verify your answer, you can just have a zigzag path and then you can check your answer. So while moving up, you are multiplying. Check once again. 1 5s are 5, 5 2s are 10, 10 2s are 20. Easy? Okay. Let us look at the next number given to us, that is 72. Since 2 is present at 1's place, we will divide this number by 2. So 72 divided by 2. If you can divide mentally, well and good. If not, then you can use a rough column and then there you can divide it. 70 when you divide it by 2, you will get 36. Now what is here, children? 6. So it is again divisible by 2, isn't it? So we will divide it by 2 and go on doing it till you can divide it. Okay. As 36 divided by 2, what will you get? 18 2s are 36, isn't it? So we have got 18. 8 is appearing here, that means we can still divide it by 2. So 2 9s are 18. Now tell me, 9, is it divisible by 2? No. So what we will have to do now? We will move to the next prime number, that is 3. So 9 divided by 3, what will you get? 3. And 3 itself is a prime number, so it will be divided by itself and what will you get? 1. So what are the prime factors for 72? Write 72, then write down the prime factors. How many 2's you are having? 1, 2, 3. Copy down all these. Then how many 3 you are having? 2. Copy down. Want to check your answer? You can check. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 3s are 24, 24 3s are 72. Or you can also check 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8. Okay. 3 3s are 9, 8 9s are 72. So here is your answer. Let us do the next question. 567. 5 6 7. Now the divisibility rule is going to help us. Can you see 7 present over here? So if 7 is there, then is it divisible by 2? No, we cannot divide it. Then what we can do? We will take the next prime number. What is next prime number? 3. And what does the divisibility rule tells us? We can take the sum of the digit. Let us check the sum of the digit. 5 plus 6, 11, 11 plus 7, 18. 18 is divisible by 3, isn't it? That means 567 is divisible by 3. So we divide this. Okay, you want to have a rough column? Yes, you can have a rough column. You can divide 5 6 7. I will be doing it mentally, but you need a lot of practice for that. Okay, so for your help, I am just showing it how to do it in the rough column. 3 1s are 3, then 26, 3 8s are 24, then 2 over here, 7 over here, 3 9s are. Okay, what? 27. So what is the quotient you have got here? 189. So we will write the quotient over here. Okay, this is the dividend, this is the divisor, and the quotient is written over here. Right? Now 189 you have got. This is not divisible by 2, that is why we have moved to 3. So let us check whether it is divisible by 3 again. 1 plus 8, 9, 9 plus 9, 18. 18 is again divisible by 3. So I will divide this. Now after dividing, I have got 63. Now 63 is again divisible by 3. When you take the sum of 6 plus 3, you will get 9. So we will get 21. And you know that 3 7s are 21. That means 21 is still divisible by 3, 7. Okay, 3 7s are 21. Now what is 7? 7 is a prime number. So divide it by itself and you will get 1 over here. Now we have completed our journey. The moment you reach 1 over here, that means all the prime numbers you have collected, selected and kept it aside. Now at the last, we need to write whatever prime numbers we have collected so far. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many 3s we have collected? 4 3s. Okay, and 1 7. And children, when you will multiply this, you will get the answer. So I hope these 3 samples, these 3 questions, once again you can have a look. These 3 are clear. So I hope you can complete this work. Okay, let us move to the next topic. So children, we have learned how to find out the prime factor, that is prime factorization we have already learned. Now that is going to help us to find HCF. What is HCF? Highest common factor. When you will read the abbreviation of that, full form of that, it is highest common factor, which is also known as HCF, or it is also written as GCM. Okay, so greatest common measure. Okay, now the highest common factor of 2 or more number. Till now you are finding out the prime factorization for one number. Now here you will be getting 2 or more numbers to find out the HCF. What is the highest common factor of both the numbers? Okay, is the greatest number which divides each of the number exactly without leaving any remainder. In the exercise, while we will be doing the exercise, it will be more clear. Okay, so what is HCF? It is product of prime factors shared by 2 or more numbers. And HCF also you can find out by 2 methods. Both the methods we are going to learn. So you have already got some idea about prime factorization that we have done. Then there is one more method, that is division method, which is also known as ladder division method. So let us see how these we can get it, how to apply this, how to solve the problems, the questions based on this, okay, in your exercise. Let me erase this one. So children, we have done exercise 5.3. I have shown only 3 questions. I know that there are more questions to be done. Okay, so I hope whatever method I taught is clear to you. So you have to apply the same method and you can complete the work. Okay. Then moving on to exercise 5.4, I was just now talking about HCF or GCM. It is otherwise known as GCM. Okay, so this is exercise 5.4 given on page number 111. And what is the question? The first question is, for each pair of numbers, you can see you have got pair of number 50 and 8, 30 and 12. Okay, find the greatest common measure. Greatest common measure, just now I have told, it is GCM or you call it HCF. Okay, how to do this question? So you have got two numbers, you know how to find out the prime factors, isn't it? Just now we have done. So we divide this 30, you have got, it can be divisible by 2. So 30 divided by 2, 15. Then 15 is again divisible by 3, you will get 5. 5 is again divisible by 5 and you are reached to this 1. What about this 12? Again we will find out the prime factor for this. It is divisible by 2, right? So you will get 6 over here. Again divided by 2, you will get 3 over here. Again divided by 3, what will you get? 1. So we have got the prime factorization, but we have not yet shown what is the HCF or what is the GCM. So let me collect all the prime factors for 30 what we have selected right now. We have got 2 multiplied 3 multiplied 5. Then what are the prime factors for 12? 2 multiplied 2 multiplied 3. Now what we have to do? We have to find out the GCM or HCF. So I will write here HCF. Okay. Now we will be selecting the ones which are common in both. Okay. As you can see, 2 is here, 2 is here. So what you are going to do? First you select the one which is common in both. So 2 and 2 over here, we will write 2. Then what? Is the next number 3 appearing in both? Yes. I will circle it. By doing circle, I mean to show you that I have selected this number and we will write 3 over here. What about this 5? Do you find 5 over here? No. Do you find the other 2 over here? No. So what is the highest common factor, children? What the main common factor what you have received from both the numbers is, one is this 2, the other one is 3. Okay. Now 2 3s are, what will you get? 6. Now tell me, do you get 30 in the table of 6? Yes. Do you get 12 in the table of 6? Yes. So it becomes the highest common factor for 30 and 12. Let us have one more example. Okay. I have taken 50 and 8. So the first method is, we will find out the prime factors. Since 0 is there, I know that I can divide it by 2. So after dividing it, what will I get? 25. 25 is divided by 5. What will I get? 5. Then 5 is the prime number. No more division. So it will be divided by itself. Okay. We have got this. Then 8. Start dividing 8. It will be divided by 2. You will get 4. Divided by 2. You will get 2 over here. Divided by 2. You will get 1 over here. Completed. The moment you complete it, what is the next step? So for the first step is, we just we just solve it so that we get the prime factors. Then what we will do? We will write down all the prime factors whatever we have got. Okay. And the prime factor for 2 is 2 multiplied 2 multiplied 2. So you can see the prime factors for 50 are 2, 5, 5. So 2 multiplied 5 multiplied 5. Want to check? 2 5s are 10, 10 5s are 50. Got it? Then what are the prime factors of 8? 2 multiplied 2 multiplied 2. Check it. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8. Got? Then let us find out the HCF for this number. So what is HCF for this number? The number which is common, the factor which is common in both the table. So you will have this 2 only. So HCF is 2. In the multiple of 2 you will get 50 as well as 8. Then there is one more interesting method, that is ladder division method, and I am going to show you that. Children, now we will be learning ladder division method. Interesting one, this one also. It is little bit longer but very interesting, and you can do it nicely. Okay. So I have taken again 2 questions of that. One already I have worked out, and one I will be showing you how to solve this one. So concentrate on this one. Okay. So you have got 390 and 140. So out of these two, which one is smaller? 140. So 140 becomes the divisor and 390 becomes the dividend. So what we will do? We will write 140 and we will divide 390. Okay. So 140, when you will divide this by 2, you will get it 280. That means 140 multiplied by 2, you will get 280. Okay. Now subtract this. 9 minus 8, 1 and then 1. What about this? Division is it completed? No. You have to go on doing the division till you get 0 as a remainder. Okay. So now the changes will start. Till now this is the divisor, this is the dividend. Okay. And you have got 110 as the remainder. Now the remainder will change to divisor. See how? The role changes over here. 110. This was the remainder for the first division, right? Now 110 becomes the divisor and 140 becomes the dividend. Okay. So we divide this, we forget about this and we concentrate on this. So you will get 110 over here. Subtract it. What you have got here after subtraction? 30. Again you are getting a remainder, but we have to move on till we get 0 as a remainder. So what we will do? Again this remainder will play a role of divisor, and the divisor of the previous will become the dividend for the next. So this is the dividend now. Earlier, so how many roles it is playing? 110. If you look at the first case, this becomes the remainder. If you look for the second case, this becomes the divisor. If you look for the third case, it changes to dividend. See? So 30, 3s are, you will get 90. Subtract it. What you are going to get here? 20. Again we have got a remainder. Again we have to start. So this remainder will play the role of a divisor. The remainder or the divisor here 30 will come over here and change into dividend. Now 20 ones are 20. Oh, again you are going to get a remainder. So you will get 10 over here. So what will be the dividend for this? 20. We write this. 10 2s are 20. Finally we have reached to the level where we are not having any remainder there. But what about the HCF? Where it is? We have already done such a long division. Okay. Now the last remainder or the last divisor is your HCF, children. So what is the HCF for this number? The HCF is 10 over here. Understood? No? Okay, don't worry, I'll explain it once again. Okay, since I have completed this, let me explain this. We were having two numbers, 390 and 140. Out of these two numbers, which one is smaller? 140. Which one is greater? 390. So the smaller one becomes the divisor and the greater one becomes the dividend. Okay. So 140 multiplied by 2, you will get 280. Subtract this. 390 minus 280, you will get 110. This is the first division step. Okay. The remainder over here will now have a change in its role play. It will turn to divisor and the divisor for the first will change to dividend. So 110 multiplied by 1, you get 110. You are getting 30 as the remainder, children. Now 30 is the remainder, so it will change to divisor. The moment 30 changes to divisor, the divisor of the previous one will come and take place of the dividend, 110. 30, 3s are 90. Subtracted 20 you have got as a remainder. Now this 20 will change into divisor. Then this divisor will change into dividend. So 20 1s are 20. What you have got? 10. 10 2s are 20. So finally we have reached to the step where we are left with no remainders. Okay. And the final step, when we reach to the final step, the last divisor, okay, 10, as you can see, this 10 becomes the HCF. Okay. Since it takes time and I have to explain it, that is why I have already done this question and I will explain it. Okay. You have got two big numbers, 1428 and 11,571 is given to you. Okay. So how to divide it, how to get the HCF? So you can take the help of rough column, children. So when you will multiply this number to 8, you will get 11,424. Okay. Subtract it, what you have got? 147. This is the remainder. The remainder will change to divisor. And what about the next one? This divisor will come and place it itself as a dividend. So 147 multiplied by 9, you are getting 1323. So all of you know I have taught you division, so you can use it over here. So 1323 you have got. Subtract it, you are getting 105. So this divisor takes the place of dividend. This remainder changes to divisor. 105 1s are 105. Subtract it, you will get 42. Okay. So 105 comes to this place, okay, as a dividend. 42 multiplied by 2, 84. Subtract again, you will get 21. Then the last step, the final step you reach over there, 21 2s are 42. So as you have reached to the place where no more remainders are left, that place is the time where you have to stop this division. And the last remainder, the last divisor will become as a HCF. Clear? Now why it is known as a ladder division method? See, if you start taking up, you will see that as if you are climbing to the stairs. Okay. So we will be doing the next question, children. Children, I have already displayed the next two questions, question number 2 and question number 3. Question number 2 is, what is the HCF of 48 and 120? So just now I have taught you the ladder division method. So applying that division method, we have worked out this question. 48 is smaller than 120, so this becomes the divisor, 120 becomes the dividend. Divide it, 48 2s are 96. Subtract this, you will get 24. Then this remainder changes to divisor. 48 is a divisor for the first case. When it comes to the second case, changes to dividend. 24 2s are 48. Over. So what you have got? You have got the last one is what? 24. This is the HCF. Simple. Okay. If you have got more than two numbers, then how will you find out the HCF? Find the HCF of 136, 170 and 255 by using division method. So 136, 170, you know that 3 numbers are there, so you will be choosing the smallest one. What is the smallest one? 136. What is the next one? 170. Okay, so first we will find out the HCF for these two. Okay, so you divide, carry on the process. 136 ones are 136, subtract, you will get 34 over here, then 34 fours are 136. Okay, so this completes the division, no more is there, but still 255 is waiting there. Okay, so the divisor for this will also be the divisor for the left out number, that is 255. So 34 sevens are 238, subtract it, what will you get? 17, then 17 twos are 34. So finally you have reached, you have got your HCF, and that is 17. I will be showing the next question also. Children, this is the last question of the exercise. Find HCF of 150 and 350 by using prime factorization method. Question number 2 and 3 we have worked out by using ladder division method, whereas question number 4 is asking us to find out by prime factorization method. So no problem, we have already learned this one. I have already displayed this. 150 is the number given. Since 0 is here, so it is divisible by 2, divided by 2, you will get 75. So 5 is present over here, it is no more divisible by 2. So the next prime number you have to take is 3. And how do you know that it is divisible by 3? Add up, 7 plus 5 is what? 12. It is divisible by 3. Okay. So 75, when you divide by 3, you will get 25. Now 25 is not divisible by 3. So we move on to the next prime number, that is 5. 25 divided by 5, you will get 5. Then 5 is itself a prime number, divide it. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. The moment we reach over here, we stop. We move on to the next number given to us, that is 350 divided by 2, you will get 175. It is not divisible by 3, as you can see. 1 plus 7, 8, 8 plus 5, 13. 13 is not divisible by 3. So what you have to do? Move on to the next prime number, and that is 5. So we have taken 5. So 175 divided by 5, you will get 35. 35 divided by 5, you will get 7. 7 is itself a prime number. So 7 divided by 7 is 1. Now you have to take down all the prime numbers, prime factors you have got for 150. 2 into 3 into 5 into 5. Then 350, 2 multiplied 5 multiplied 5 multiplied 7. Then select them and you can find out your HCF. What you have got? 2 over here, 2 over here. So we have got 5 over here, 5 over here. So we have taken 5 over here, 5 over here. So we have taken. So what is your answer? 2 5s are 10, 10 5s are 50. So your HCF is 50. And with this we complete exercise 5.4. So before winding up, what we do usually, we check out what we have learned today and what is your classwork and homework. Okay, let us do that. So a recap of all the things in today's session, what all things we have done. We did so many things together, no? So exercise 5.3, which is given on page number 107. Question number 2, question number 1 I have told not to do. We will be doing it later in the revision period. Okay. Question number 2 I have worked out A, C and K for you. Okay. Then exercise 5.4, page number 111. Question number 1, A, C, D, E, J, where we have learned how to find out HCF by prime factorization method, and the other one was ladder division method. Okay, then we completed question number 2, question number 3 and question number 4. All these work, where are you going to do it? You will be doing neatly in your classwork copy, that is mathematics copy. Okay, so you find no homework over here. I know children, these things are very much new to you, that is why I am not giving you any homework for today's session. Okay, and one more information. I know that you all have completed unit 1. Long back we completed, isn't it? So, but I am unable to check your copy because of this lockdown. So, how to know whether you have done your work correctly or not? For that, have a solution. I have written all the answers of unit 1, all the exercises 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4 I told not to do, 1.5, 1.6, 1.7, 1.8. So all the answers are there, children. You can download from your school website where you were using it to get the notes and question and answers for the other subjects. So from that very section you can download this, okay, and you will find that revision exercise is not mentioned there. So what I have decided, since in the month of July we will be having the first semester also, in the month of July or August, as a lockdown period will get over, so I will be completing this revision exercise in the month of July, children. Okay. So this is all for today's session. Take care. God bless you all.